So can you tell us how mediation actually works?
Mediation actually starts before the mediation starts, if you see what I mean. The mediator will see the parties in private beforehand, either face-to-face or will speak to them on the telephone, and will chat to them about the process, address issues such as who is going to be at the mediation, how long is it going to last, where will it take place, and those sort of embarrassing situations where parties can arrive at a mediation and discover that somebody's there who they don't want to be there, or somebody's not there who they would like to be there. So it starts with that pre-mediation process. At the mediation, we start usually round the table. It's not obligatory, and there are many occasions when parties say, I can't sit in the same room. We address that. The mediator will then very briefly outline some of the process, what his role is, what the mediator's role is, what the parties will be expected to do, and so on. The parties then have a very important function. They have an opportunity to say to the other side, face to face across the table, what they feel about the case. And this is where I encourage the parties not to regurgitate the facts, not to regurgitate the pleadings, but to really say to the other party, this is what I feel, this is why I'm so angry, this is why I'm here. And then after the opening statements, the parties will separate, and each party will go into their separate rooms, and I, as a mediator, either alone or with a co-mediator, will shuttle back and forth between the two parties, between the two rooms, and we will wander the corridors until we find some common ground for a resolution.
How much does a mediation cost?
It's certainly a lot cheaper than going to court. The government has issued some guidelines. Their tariffs set out on the civil mediation directory. Each party really only has to pay 50% of a mediator's fee for the day.
How long would a mediation normally take?
Most mediations, commercial and contractual disputes, will take about a day. There are many disputes which last less than a day.
So what are the benefits of mediation?
The benefits are huge. The government at last has realised that protracted litigation destroys health. It destroys businesses, families are split, and all that affects their health. All that costs a lot of money. In mediation, it is relatively cheap, it's very quick, you can set up a mediation in a matter of days, and it has that therapeutic effect, which is really something that should not be underestimated, of allowing each party to have their say and to be heard, either by the other party or to be heard by the mediator. And that is really a very powerful way to cut through a dispute.
Do barristers make good mediators?
Barristers make excellent mediators. They bring to the process an element of forensic analysis which other professions don't have. They have an ability with words. Barristers are able to put themselves into the shoes of both parties very easily, because as a barrister you don't choose which side you're on. A mediator has to understand both sides, and the training that barristers have is an excellent training to make a barrister mediator, wholly empathic and wholly understanding of each side's position.
Could you tell us a little bit about the psychological approach and the ways in which it is better than other approaches to mediation?
The psychologically trained mediator will understand why the parties behave like that, not simply how to use the techniques to deal with them, but will understand what are the drivers of the conflict, what are the underlying and underpinning forces that create tension and conflict in a dispute. What really makes people angry? What makes them so bitter and betrayed in disputes? That's the psychological aspect, and understanding that is absolutely vital if one wants to try to shift people's attitudes and get them to a position where they can say, okay, that's good enough.
Paul, thank you very much.
Thank you.